When I'm not using my new vocal manipulation software to make TikTok hostage videos.
I know you. I've been watching you. If you don't wire $500,000 into my bank account by next Monday, you'll never see your wife again. I'm not joking. Do it. Do it.
I like to answer questions that I get on YouTube, so let's get to it. Zeppelin is not awesome. It's a gateway band to better bands for some, and glorified nostalgia for others. Sloppy musicians, embarrassing lyrics, annoying frontman and vocals. Man, I've had some crazy comments on this channel in my day, but this one takes the cake. Again, you know, it's music. If you don't like a band, that's fine. But to say that Zeppelin is a gateway band for some, with a bunch of sloppy musicians, is like downright insulting. I feel like, all right, so Zeppelin stopped playing like long before I was even born, right? But the fact that so many people of my generation and even like younger have such a connection to this band, I think just kind of like speaks to like its significance, like just in culture in general. It's so hard to do that. It's so hard to resonate with like the youth of generations that didn't even get to see you do your thing, right? I can confidently say that I would not be nearly as good a guitar player as I am, not that I'm even and good, if not for Jimmy Page. Like the ultimate riff writer and the ultimate just player where something simple is accessible to people but still sounds just like amazing. I mean, I could just go on and on about like how amazing Zeppelin, like Bonham, I think a lot of people consider him like the greatest drummer of all time. To say that Robert Plant is like not a good frontman, he's like the ultimate frontman, right? Like the actual golden god, just like next level, otherworldly vocals, like a stage presence that is just really second to few, if not none. And then John Paul Jones, who like is potentially even the best musician in the band, it is the fourth best musician in the band, right? So it's like, I don't know, man. There's a lot of salty comments out there, but to just like blaspheme like what I consider the greatest band of all time will not stand on this channel. Now, they're not necessarily my favorite band of all time, but they definitely are like the greatest band of all time in my opinion. I know I do want to say something about like the sloppy musicians part, because like, yeah, if you listen to like some of the albums, you can hear stuff that may not be like flawlessly like perfect, and especially like their live stuff. Their live marathon shows that everyone who attended never forgets for the entirety of their life. Like, yeah, sure, maybe like it's not like as tight as some of like the prog rock stuff out there or whatever, but I think that just like totally misses like the point of just music in general, that like they had such a vibe and such like a feel together. That's why something that I feel like I've been kind of noticing more as I get older and as I become a better musician and playing more shows is the kind of the same thing in a somewhat adjacent field is like just the greatness of the Rolling Stones. I feel like the Rolling Stones is like a band I didn't really get when I was, you know, a younger musician coming up. But now after, and again, I'm not putting myself on any of these levels at all, but but someone who plays like 3-4 hour shows pretty regularly, like you kind of get that there's a tempo to each show, and that tempo might not always be 125 BPM or whatever the song's at, and there's like a feel that you develop like between musicians. So I think that the critics who say like, oh, this is like a sloppy thing, or like sloppy musicians, are just idiots, because they have no understanding of like music in general and how it's kind of meant to breathe a little bit and like, you know, kind of be a little sloppy or whatever. So anyways, I just had to shine light on that because this is one of the dumbest comments I've ever gotten in my life, because Zeppelin is like an absolutely one of the all-time great bands ever. And I don't want to go on and on and on about this, but I will link you to a video where me and Stich go on and on and on about this if you just want to hear more talk about the greatest band ever.
You throw all the jargon in and make this even more confusing, and don't bother making it simple. You know what? You have finally inspired me to quit guitar once and for all. I am done. I am doing beer with these useless guitar instructions from geniuses like you. I will like your vid as a parting gift, interval boy. I like how he uses air quotes for instructions, but not geniuses. Like, missed opportunity there. Imagine the idiocy of like clicking on a guitar video that, by the way, never says is for beginners or that you don't need a background in any kind of guitar playing at all, and being like, that's it, I'm done, This guy's finally did it. The last straw. The straw that broke the camel's back was this man right here. And I'm done. And as a parting gift to bid you farewell, I will click the like button. What a pompous ass. As a parting gift, I will click that like button and bid you a fond farewell. After just like 2 paragraphs of just like rambling nonsense. Interval boy. I love that too, where it's like, he's obviously too dense to understand intervals, like, which I feel like I did a good job explaining. 3 frets is a minor third. Oh, 3 frets a minor third? Interval boy? I'll never understand. I'll quit this guitar. And then you put like your lack of understanding on the instrument onto others. So it's like somebody else's fault. So you don't have to take any personal responsibility to leave. Salty comment of the week. Can I imply the 3rd, 5th, and 7th of the chord? I smoke and drink while I play, and I can't spare the digits. I'm not even saying this to be shady, but you can imply just the 3rd, 5th, and 7th of the chord. That just makes you a bass player. Have you ever played anything without being stoned? It's funny to me that I get this comment a lot. Okay? Again, it's nothing against being stoned or whatever. Everybody do whatever they want. No judgment here. Never been stoned. Never tried drugs or alcohol my entire life. But I wonder what it is that make people think that I'm stoned a lot. I can only break it down to be like, it looks like I'm having a good time. And it's so sad that it's like, oh, this dude's like, he's looking like he's having a good time. He must be stoned. The reality of a human situation on Earth has not set down upon him. There must be some kind of mind-altering or distracting drugs going on. So please, I would appreciate if you guys could let me know what it is about my whole thing that makes me seem like I'm stoned all the time. Because I genuinely want to know. It's funny too, that phrase, I genuinely want to know, usually does not mean that. Usually it's like some kind of virtue signaling. Or somebody being super annoying. I genuinely want to know. Why do you dress like that? I genuinely want to know. Why do you have a tattoo there? I genuinely want to know. Why do you add coconut milk to your nitro brew cold brew? I genuinely want to know. It's never sincere, but in this time it is sincere. What is it that makes me seem so stoned? This Shawn Daniels reminds me of John Mayer, playing almost as big as his ego. What a player. Now that's a reference I can understand more fully. In fact, I take that as a huge compliment to say that my playing is almost as big as my ego relative to John Mayer's playing as his ego is. So thank you for the best compliment I've had all week. Wait, no, there actually is one that's almost better. Shawn is slowly becoming Shawn Spencer. For those of you who don't know, Shawn Spencer is the main character in the TV show Psych, which is kind of like the greatest show of all time. And his name is Shawn. We kind of even look like we could be brothers or whatever. And the vibe is definitely pretty similar. So to complete my manifest destiny, I will just have to move to Santa Barbara to do it. So that's why you should join my Patreon to help me do that, or just donate, because would love to do that. So thank you, everybody. Great video, and thanks for doing the Zoom class. I didn't get everything at the time, but a lot of it is clicking as I work on it more. Thanks so much to everybody who came out and took the class that I did. Again, it was kind of like a live session type feel, but it was a little more structured than what my live streams normally are. Again, I want to try to keep doing like weekly live streams. And then again, it seems like people kind of like that. Basically what I did was, it was through a company called Amphi, where I just did like an hour session on like chord building. And it was a lot of fun. I feel like it was cool. And I think just in the spirit of that comment, that's exactly how I learned music theory. I would listen to a lot of it and try to apply a lot of it, and I wouldn't understand most of it, but I would understand a little bit, and then I'd understand a little bit more, and then everything clicked. So if you're making incremental progress and it maybe seems like it's going slow, eventually it's going to happen. All of it is going to coalesce into one genius understanding of the instrument. So again, it can be daunting. I remember I didn't get it at first either. But you know what? I didn't blame a YouTube instructor, an interval boy, and then click away as a parting gift. Honestly, it was the exercise commentary for me. So this is on the video I posted a couple days ago. It was a vlog from Pennsylvania when me and Andrea went to the Martin Guitar Factory. And there's a scene where she forgets her... A scene. I'm such an idiot. It's just a vlog. A scene where the actors came upon strife.
There's a part where Andrea forgets her watch in like a park, and then it's raining and she has to go run, and I'm just filming her doing it from the safety of my car and just narrating it like it's a sports commentary, and that was a lot of fun to do for sure. So if you missed that, I'll link that too, because it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny laughing at other people's misfortune, so you'll probably enjoy it. So for listening homework, let's go to the greatest band of all time and listen to a song that I'm sure you've all heard before. One of the hype songs of all time, Immigrant Song. It is so hard to actively listen to Immigrant Song and not just get hyped for whatever it is you're doing next. So however your day is going, I hope it's going great. If it isn't, hit that play button on Immigrant Song and then just let the golden guide take you to the next level. So thank you again for watching. If you have any comments, hit me up in the comment section, Instagram, Patreon, the website, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Thanks a lot.